Donald Trump held another unhinged rally, this time in Las Vegas, with temperatures in the triple digits. No canopy, no heat, no tent, just the crowd being baked in the sun while he blathered and rambled on incoherently for most of the time. I have 3 clips I'm going to play for you. Oftentimes when I'm putting together the narrative and how I'm going to describe what took place, I think about these matters. Like, in what order am I going to play these? And I think the best way is just to give you a flavor for the deterioration of Donald Trump. I'm just going to play them in the order in which they took place. This first one is at 3:20. Listen, all kinds of crazy things were said by Donald Trump, including some slip-ups. And in one of these, he really just shows his ass as it is and says that I don't care about you. I only care about your vote. And a lot of people are saying that he was making a joke because the crowd laughs. Whether the crowd laughs or not isn't indicative of whether it's a joke or not. I believe, and I'm going to explain why I believe that it was a slip up. It's the last clip, but that didn't mean to be a teaser. It begins with him, and this is at 3:22 p.m. It begins with him explaining that the Secret Service doesn't care about him. They only care about the crowd because it's hot out there and people are going to be falling out, which is absolute nonsense. The safety of the crowd isn't in the Secret Service's purview. It is absolutely the safety of Donald Trump that is at the forefront of their mission, of their objective, of what they're thinking about, not the crowd and how they're going to be safe relative to the heat. Watch this, and then this is as good as it gets for the rally. It was a nightmare.
He has a lot of bad days. I could name them, but we don't have enough time. We only have a few hours. We don't have enough time. And now, by the way, it's 110, but it doesn't feel it to me, right? So we'll stay out here for a little while. If anybody gets tired, you'll let me know. And if anybody goes down, if you start going down, we have people, they'll pick you up right away. They'll throw water. You know, they were so worried. Everybody was so worried yesterday about you. And they never mentioned me. I'm up here sweating like a dog. Secret Service said, we have to make sure everyone's safe. I said, what about me? We never thought of that. They don't think about me. I'm working my ass off. I'm working hard. This is hard work. Front row Joe. Front row Joe.
More insane free association from Donald Trump. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't adhere to the facts or reality on the ground at all. It's just him whining and rambling. Nobody cares about me. I'm working my ass off over here. You are. You're giving a speech. You're rambling. That's hard work. Gross. Anyway, 3:33. This is really was the tone and tenor of the entire speech, which was just a xenophobic hate fest, blaming immigrants for everything. This is maybe the most important clip to listen to. The other one is interesting because he just, again, shows his ass and says he doesn't care about the voters, only their votes. But this one, he's trying to blame immigrants, asylum seekers, people who are desperate for a better life. He's blaming them for taking 100% of the new jobs created by Joe Biden. And I got the numbers here. It's 15 plus million jobs that have been created in this very short portion of Joe Biden's first term. 15 million. So Donald Trump would have you believe. And then he goes on to say that the media will tell you that's a lie. Anyway, watch this, and then we'll get to what the actual facts are on the ground.
The illegal immigrants are turning, and they're turning at a level that nobody's ever seen before. They're fighting our families. They're totally destroying our black population. They're totally destroying our Hispanic population. And you know what else they're destroying? And for you, it means a little bit less, but it means quite a bit in this state. They're killing unions. They're killing unions because the unions are not able to survive. They're not able to survive this onslaught. It's making them impossible. They've worked hard. They've worked long to get their salaries up a little bit. They're not able to do it. Virtually 100% of the new jobs under Biden have also gone to illegal aliens. Did you know that? 100%. And you know, these people are so bad. They will correct me when I say 100%. 100% of the new jobs have gone to illegal aliens. Can you believe it? And that's where we are.
These people are so bad, they'll correct me when I say something that is factually incorrect. That's what he's saying there. First of all, Donald Trump is notoriously anti-union. So for him to act like, oh, I have so much sympathy for the unions because I can barely survive because of immigrants, taking all of the new jobs. Also, he went from virtually 100% and then just abandoned that 5 words later, and then it was 100%. And the crowd doesn't know. They don't care. They're here for the hate. They're here for the xenophobia. They're here for the fear-mongering. Fear-mongering that these immigrants are fighting our families. Whatever the fuck that means. They're destroying desperate single mothers from Venezuela and El Salvador and Honduras are destroying our black population, our Latino population. What? Here is a statement from President Joe Biden on the May jobs report. This was just released 3 days ago. The great American comeback continues, but we still have to make more progress. On my watch, on President Biden's watch, 15.6 million more Americans have the dignity and respect that comes with a job. Unemployment has been at or below 4% for 30 months, the longest stretch in 50 years. In half a century, we've had the lowest unemployment rate on record. For half a century. But the desperate people seeking a better life in the richest country ever known to man, they're destroying our black population and our unions. And they've taken every single one of those 15.6 million jobs. And when you point it out, you're the bad guy for pointing out his insane lie. Now, here's the moment where he tells the voters in the crowd, by the way, they started filing out, I think 5 minutes into him starting to speak. Here's him telling them they're not important to him. I don't care about you. I care about your vote. And a lot of people will chalk this up to a funny moment from Donald Trump because the crowd does laugh. But I'm going to give you the context. He's rambling about Xi Jinping, a man who he admires for ruling 1.4 billion people with an iron fist. He's talking about it with praise about how Xi Jinping executes his citizens, suspected drug dealers. He puts them to death. And then he shifts into this thing about that very thing, about how I don't care about you. And then I think he realizes, oh shit, not a great thing to say. Talks about the media again, and then immediately and very clumsily shifts over to Joe Biden. For me, it was a slip up, not a joke. Tell me what you think.
Like China, I was with President Xi. I said, do you have a drug problem? No, he didn't even know what I was talking about. He's got 1.4 billion people. I said, do you have a drug problem? He goes, no drug problem. I said, how do you do that? Essentially, he said, the death penalty. We catch, they call it quick trial. They have a trial, and it's quick. And by the way, isn't that breeze nice? Do you feel the breeze? Because I don't want anybody going on me. We need every voter. I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care. See, now the press will take that, and they'll say, he said a horrible thing. They'll say, he said, you know what they did? I was just doing a little imitation of this horrible, worst president in the history of our country. So I imitated him a couple of times getting off the stage because he's unable to find a stare. Look, stare, 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 stare. All over you have stairs.
So he goes from admiring a world leader for not caring about his citizens to emulating that behavior and telling his crowd, I don't care about you. I only care about your vote, which will put me back in power. Then he whines about the media reporting on the thing he just said, and then realizes maybe I'm in too deep, shifts to talk about Joe Biden, and not even in a smooth way. I think it was unintentional. I think it was just the free flow of his mind, the stream of consciousness, admiration for a despot, a dictator, someone who will rule until he dies. Xi Jinping has removed constitutional constraints in China to be able to remain in power forever. And Donald Trump loves that. He loves it. And the Republican Party doesn't care. Nary a word, certainly not a negative word about Donald Trump from any elected Republican at all, that this is outrageous, that I'm going to step back. I'm going to withdraw my endorsement of this man. Nah, they don't care because they're also in the camp of not being cared for, and they don't care. What do you think? I would love to know. You can call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me as always, daily@dollemore.com. You can leave a comment below. That'll help trigger YouTube to share this content with new prospective viewers to join the team. And that would be great. If you appreciate what I do and you want to help support this work, you want to help me make these videos, click the join button below, become a channel member for $2 a month. You can go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Both of those are great ways to help support the work. You can also follow me on social media, share this video, make sure you're subscribed. All those are big time helps. I'll see you next time. Until then, be genuine. Take care of one another.